Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you can click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. A city bus just went by. While he was driving, I heard something hit the ground. I'm not sure if it fell out of this bus or some other vehicle. That is a dang brake pad. Fell out of somebody's vehicle. Wow. Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, we're dealing with a high wind situation this afternoon. Wind gust around 45 miles an hour, something like that. You guys know how it looks when it's just raining so hard. It looks like sheets of rain is coming down, blowing by. Well, I don't know if you can see it in this video, but over there to the distance, over the VA hospital, you see those flags flying on this other place. Oh, that's at the VA hospital. There is clouds of dirt blowing by. You know, it's nasty. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything out here, but we'll see what happens. I got to make a run to the hardware store, run by the post office, and then see what I can get done around here. And I'm not exactly sure why, but my remote is no longer working to open and close my door. So I'm going to see if Diane's remote works. And if it does, I'm going to try to reprogram my remote. If that doesn't work, I might have to get another remote. Somebody got them a Platinum 850 here, boy. Look at it. Looks clean, too. Going into Home Depot. Get stuff I forgot to get yesterday. I am here to check out this, I believe it's a 1996 T5. It was in a front-end accident. Young guy that owns it was coming up to a stop, misjudged the people ahead of him, and wrecked into the back of a truck. Now, it did deploy airbags, which have been replaced. They replaced a few panels on the front. They had a little bit of frame above the bumper line, repaired, cut out, welded in, and it had a windshield replaced. It's got some nice tinted glass, and front seats are cloth, back seat are leather. The steering wheel, I guess, wasn't fixed just right, so that needs to be done. And the dash, even though it feels tight against the firewall, it looks a little rough, so the dash may be busted as well. This color dash is easy to get, nonetheless. Could use some cleanup. A little rough around the edges, like a lot of Volvo 850s are at this age. 25 years old. There you go. You see the leather seats in the back, but it is available for sale. That guy said he'd like to get $1,500 for it. I believe it runs and drives. He's just not driving it. And man, look, it's one of the few that still has a tail light that's not cracked. Faded across the top, but not cracked. But here it is. Volvo 850 T5 for sale in the Albuquerque area. So if you're interested, let me know. Man, I forgot I got an engine out here. I need to get out here, get this engine, and take it with me so that I can have a spare engine for people that need it. It is a T5 engine. So just wanted to come by and take a look at this. It could use a hood and fender painting, but if you just need something to get around with that's a little bit of a sleeper, here it is. 850 T5. What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Party people! I'm now going to make a tester for these blend door motors. I want to be able to test these out in the field. This one actually works. I tested it in the car. So I bought some e-bots. They allow you to adjust voltage on things. I got my jump box here, my solder iron here, a window switch here, and I'm going to make a tester for these things so that I can test them out in the field. Something's going on here. I'm not sure what. I think this brown wire here is a ground. This pink wire is a positive in. Not sure which way the switch goes in, but this red wire here activates the switch this way. This black wire here activates the switch this way. So when I flip this switch, I get a loop from this pink to this black. And when I flip it this way, I get a loop from this pink to this red. So I'm going to send these to my plug in the right positions for my 9 volts. I'm assuming this is going to be my ground, and I'm assuming this is some other wire. I can't get it to activate anything. If I check ohms on these 2 red wires together, I get a contact here and a contact here. It breaks contact when I go there. And on this brown and this black one, I break contact here. It has contact here and here. So, not sure what that means as far as these switches are concerned. I'm about to use my Milwaukee soldering tool for the first time. They say this thing heats up in 18 seconds. Got a couple pivot points. I don't know if that's a solder or a scraper. Anyway, easy to use indicator. Gives you a green light, I guess. Probably rough on batteries. Got that Milwaukee 5-year warranty. So I'm going to slap a battery in this and start soldering this stuff together. In this video, I'm going to give my thoughts about this Milwaukee Fast Smart Portable Soldering Iron. Rumor has it that it gets so hot that it deforms the top of it. So we'll see how that happens. It comes with 2 tips. Supposed to heat up 18 seconds, and it has a pivoting head. It doesn't appear to have any kind of, I guess this is the stand for it to keep the tip off of it, but it doesn't come with any external stand. The tip is changed by unscrewing this here, which comes off pretty easy. Slides a collar off of this, and then you can swap the tips out. The head pivots. It's supposed to have a light on it. I guess that's the light right there. You push this button in to pivot the top. It goes that way. Goes 90 degrees. They claim it'll eat up the battery 45 minutes of use. It's got, I guess, a battery indicator and an LED indicator. When it's green, it's ready to use. When it's red, it's off but still hot. So I'm assuming this is the off and on switch here. You got to push this down to get it turned off, I think. So let me put a battery in it. I got to solder a couple things. I've got a lot of experience with soldering, which means I've been doing it a long time, but I'm not really that good at it. But hey, I get the job done. So it takes the same battery that you put in most of your other small handheld Milwaukee tools. I took the battery out of my 3/8 inch ratchet, put it in here. So let's go ahead and turn it on and see how many seconds it takes to get a green light. It's heating up. I guess that means the battery's low. Battery shouldn't be low. Maybe too low for this. It's flashing seconds. Oh, say it's ready. I got a low battery warning, but I do have that green light there. Let me see if I could solder something with it real quick. Then I'll throw this battery back on the charger. There it is. I got a piece of solder on there. Took about 10 seconds for it to solder, and I went on ahead and cut the soldering iron off. I'm going to throw the battery on the charger, get ready for some more soldering. And as long as that light is lit, that's letting you know that tip is hot. Too hot to set that down somewhere, so you don't want to burn anything. I have everything ready to solder. I'm going to solder the bottom sides of these chips so I don't mess up the top sides. It kind of looks like it has a little bit of solder there already, but I'm going to add a little bit as well. So I'm going to solder the 5-volt chip, the 9-volt chip, and the switch in it. Then I'm going to tie these together, these power leads, and probably put a crimp on them so that I could clip on my jump box. So I don't think I'm going to solder those together, just crimp them together. My 2.5 battery is fully charged. When I turn it on, I get a fully charged light, so that's good. Now it's flashing, heating up. As soon as it heats up, I'm going to start soldering. I believe I have all my soldering done. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to cut this off, see how long it takes to actually cool off. Now, it's red, telling you it's still hot. We're going to see how long it takes for that thing to cool off. It is 9:40. Found a little spot that I didn't like to solder on, so I fired the iron back up, hit that real quick. 9:44, cut it off. A couple more spots on my solder. 9:53, cut it off. When you hit your solder, you got to make sure that that solder floats into those holes. And if you wiggle your wires, your tips of them shouldn't wiggle, or that solder's loose. So I had to hit a couple spots again, just to make sure I had good solder. Now let me go ahead and tie these in together, put some power to them, and adjust my voltage properly. My jump box is 70. Again, I'm building this contraption to test blend door motors in the salvage yard, so I don't buy any that's not any good. So let me go ahead and hook this up, positive and ground, and plug this into this blend door motor, see if it works. Oh, before I do that, I need to hook this up, check the voltage here on the other side of this switch. I got to adjust this one to 5 volts and adjust this one to 9 volts. Either one of these tiny accessory screwdrivers will work. Get it out of the kit. You get these kits in grocery stores or anywhere. So the 3/64 or the 5/64 will work to adjust that tiny screw down there for the proper voltage. That thing will not come in focus right now. Let's give it a second here. That tiny screw right there. Got to adjust that with voltage applied to test the voltage on this side. I have the box hooked up. I'm getting 11.4 volts where I want to be getting 5 volts. So I'm going to take this, put it in here, and turn this thing down. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Got 13 volts. Turning it clockwise with it shaped that way to get it down. My buddy Andrew turned me on to these. Man, just a little bit of bump turns this thing. And I'm going to check both of those holes to make sure that should be good. 5.06 volts. Oop, it must have moved because I don't have no volts now. There we go. Alright, I'm going to leave that there. That should be good. Now let me check the other port and adjust it to 9 volts. Right now I'm trying to check for 9 volts here, but I forgot I gotta have the switch. So I'm gonna back probe it to that pink one to get my 9 volts and then flip the switch and check those. Make sure that's coming through at 9 volts. Okay, I got 9.02 volts there. Now I'm gonna check it here with the switch activated. It's a window switch I got that'll power those 2 ports there. Yep, get 9 volts on that one. Should have it, but let me probe it this side. Yep, get 9 volts that way. So now I'm gonna plug this in and see if it'll move that motor. And here goes the test. Didn't move the motor that way. Didn't move the motor that way. I'm pretty sure this motor worked. Tested it the other day out at the car. So something's going wrong with my rig here. I think I got another motor here. Let me test another motor. Well, for some reason my contraption's not working. Not sure why, but I'll take this motor out to the car and test it. And if somebody's got any ideas, let me know. I'm gonna make another one of these to try to test those fans in the climate control over by the hand grips on the 850s. Hopefully that'll work. I see my lights out on my soldering iron. Not sure how long that took. It is pretty cold. And it came a little loose for some reason while I was soldering. Association, which is really awesome. I'm going to try to figure out how long this thing takes to cool off. So I'm going to set a 10-minute timer. I'm going to let it be green for 10 seconds, knowing that it's fully heated up. Then I'm going to cut it off and see how long it takes to cool down. Alright, there's our 10 seconds. It is 10:50. Alright, we got a red light. See how long that red light takes to go out. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.